So can I start, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Good morning. Welcome to all for today's morning Bhagavatam session. So today we are reading this beautiful section from the beginning of fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the creation of fourth order, which describes the genealogy of Swayambhu Manu's daughters and the divine appearance of Supreme Lord Yagna. So uh, it's all right. I'll start with the prayers, invocation prayers. Narayanam namaskrutyam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tado jayvidir nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavate sevaya bhagavate uttamasloke bhaktirvavati naistike. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 1, Verse number 4. यस्तयो पुरुषः साक्षात् विष्णुर्जग्नः स्वरूपदृक् यस्त्रीस दक्षिणाभूतेर् अंश भूतान भूतान पैन भूतान ini. So synonyms. Yeah, one who Thayo out of the Purusha male Sakshat directly Vishnu the Supreme Lord Yagna Swarupadrik accepting the form. Yeah, the others. Stri female, sa she, Dakshina, Bhuthe of the goddess of fortune, Amsa Bhuta being a plenary expansion, Anapayini never to be separated. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Of the two children born of Akuti, the male child was directly an incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and his name was Yagna, which is another name of Lord Vishnu. The female child was a partial incarnation of Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, the eternal consort of Lord Vishnu. Purport. Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, is the eternal consort of Lord Vishnu. Here it is stated that both the Lord and Lakshmi, who are eternal consorts, appear from Akuti simultaneously. Both the Lord and his consorts are beyond this material creation, as confirmed by many authorities. Narayana Paro Vyaktat. Therefore, their eternal relationship cannot be changed. And Yagna, the boy born of Akuti, later married the goddess of fortune. And verse number 5. Aninye swagram putra putram vitata rocisam swayambhuva muda yukto ruchir jagra dakshinam. Synonyms. Aninya brought to Swagrama home, Putriya born of the daughter, Putram the son, Vitat Rochisam very powerful, Swayambhuva the Manu named Swayambhuva, Mood Muda being very pleased, Yukta with Ruchi the great sage Ruchi, Jagra kept, Dakshina the daughter named Dakshina. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. So Swayambhu Manu very gladly brought home the beautiful boy named Yajna, and Ruchi, his son-in-law, kept with him the daughter of Dakshina. Purport. Swayambhu Manu was very glad to see that his daughter Akuti had given birth to both a boy and girl. He was afraid that he would take one son and that because of his son-in-law's Ruchi might be sorry. Thus, when he heard that a daughter was born along with the boy, he was very glad. Ruchi, according to his promise, returned his male child to Swayambhu Manu and decided to keep the daughter, whose name was Dakshina. One of the Lord's Vishnu's name is Yajna because he is the master of the Vedas. The name Yajna comes from the Yajusam Pati, which means the Lord of all sacrifices. In the Yajurveda, there are different ritualistic prescriptions for performing yajnas, and the beneficiary of all such yajnas is the Supreme Lord Vishnu. Therefore, it is stated in Bhagavad Gita 3.9, "Ya- Yajnartha karmana, one should act by one should perform one's prescribed duties only for the sake of yajna or Vishnu. If one does not act for the satisfaction of Supreme Personality of Godhead, or if one does not perform devotional service, then there will be reactions to all one's activities. It does not matter if the reaction is good or bad. If our activities are not dovetail with the desire of Supreme Lord, or if we do not act in Krishna consciousness, we will then we shall be responsible for the result of all our activities. There is always a reaction in every kind of action. But if actions are performed for yajna, there is no reaction. Thus, if one acts for yajna or for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one is not entangled in the material conditions. For it is mentioned in the Vedas and also in Bhagavad Gita that Vedas and the Vedic rituals are all meant for understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. From the very beginning, one should try to act in Krishna conscious. That will free one from the reactions of material activities. Hare Krishna. So, um, let me start with Mangalacharan prayers. ॐ अज्ञानां तिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोर्वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सगणा रघुनाथान्वितां सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगणा श्रीललिता विशाखान्वितांश्च च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नम ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांता स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वदेव गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य सतारिणी ओम जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So, I- so today's Bhagavatam class, I have prepared by hearing to some of the senior Vaishnavas lectures, instructions, and their realizations that they shared. And so I seek your blessings so that I can speak something without distortion and in the line of Srila Prabhupada teachings. And I also seek your forgiveness if I commit any mistakes or fail to deliver the intended message of these two verses, verse number 4 and verse number 5. So, what we have seen so far in the right from the beginning of the chapter, from the verse 1, like Swayambhu Manu with his wife Shatrupa were blessed with two sons, Priyamvrata and Uttanapada, and three beautiful daughters, Akuti, Devahuti, and Prashuti. So, when we go to the verse 2 and 3 again, we we see Manu had uh, arranged a unique marriage arrangement for his daughter Akuti to this powerful sage Ruchi Prajapati with a special condition that any son born from their union should be returned to Manu to be raised as his own child. So, this this unusual promise was made with a divine foresight that Manu already knew that the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself would soon appear as the son of Akuti and Ruchi, bringing the transcendental blessings to the entire universe, right? So, today we just read verse number 4 and 5, and we will be discussing this beautiful section where the appearance of Lord Yajna and goddess Dakshina, uh, and also we'll try to understand the deeper meaning of Yajna, where acting only for the satisfaction of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So, what we have seen, what we read is Swayambhu Manu was became extremely pleased when he heard that his daughter Akuti had given birth not to one child but to the twins, a boy and a girl, because his happiness was no bound, has no bound, and it was not an ordinary joy. It was it's kind of a relief mixed with the spiritual fulfillment. Reason earlier. Manu had given his daughter Akuti in marriage to the great sage Ruchi Prajapati with a special request that if a son was born, that son should be returned to Manu for adoption. Because Manu, even the Manu already had sons, right? Like two great sons. But by his divine knowledge, he knew that Supreme Personality of Godhead himself would appear as uh, Ruchi and Akuti's son in the form of Yajna, right? So Manu had uh, one concern regarding this, like if there is only one son born, right? So he was thinking that Ruchi might feel distressed at for having to give his only son. So, but in this case, when the twins were appeared as a son and daughter, uh, someone actually felt that everything was perfectly arranged by Lord's will. So here the so when the twins were born, the son was named Yajna and the daughter was named Dakshina. So to his promise, Ruchi Prajapati, he returned the son to Manu and he kept his daughter Dakshina with him. So, so as we read, like these two children are not all ordinary children, right? Like Lord Yagna is a direct incarnation of Lord Vishnu, And Dakshina is an incarnation of Lakshmi Devi, the eternal consort of the Lord. So although I mean, here it appears that they are both are brother and sister in this Leela, but later they are married because eternally Lakshmi and Vishnu, uh, ma- they can never be separated, right? So the way we have to look at, I mean, yesterday even this discussion came up, but right, but the way we should look at these activities are completely transcendental, and we should never compare these to the material relationships, right? So uh, materially we identify mother, father, sister, brother, friend, all these kind of things, right? But spiritually we are all part and parcel of Krishna, like in this, like how would I say, uh there is only one Purusha, and um we all are part of you know the right word, so there is only one Purusha, which is Supreme Lord. uh, so all the spirit souls uh, uh, are the eternal servants, right? So so I mean, as as we go through this purpose, like the Srimad Bhagavatam describes many pastimes, how to understand Lord's position beyond these three modes of nature. So let's jump into this the topic relevant for today's um, verses. So why the Lord is called Yajna here? Uh, So Srila Prabhupada explains that one of the Lord's Lord Vishnu's name is Yajna because he is the supreme enjoyer and beneficiary of all sacrifices, all Vedic rituals, especially those described in the Yajurveda, are ultimately meant for his satisfaction. So this truth is directly stated by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 3.9, which is also referred in this purport, where work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed, otherwise the work would cause bondage in this material world, right? So, for example, if the activities are not offered to Lord Krishna, that which bind us, whether they are pious or sinful, but when actions are performed as yajna, they become akarma, free from reaction. But if it is not performed to satisfy the Lord, then automatically we are entangled in this. We are bind with the karmic reactions, right? So every living entity in this world, like they are forced to perform five daily killings, um, which is pancha shuna. Just for the living, they'll be performing these five killings. Like when while they are cooking prasadam, they might kill insects. While we are walking, we might kill some living beings, or when breathing we might kill some microbes. So like this likewise, so I mean, where everybody has to go do these five killings every day, and what it does is it entangles us into that karmic reaction, right? So you know, but the Vedas actually prescribe the Panchamahayagna to neutralize these reactions. So what are these Panchakarma, Panchamahayagna rituals? There are there are five yagnas, which one has to prescribe, one has to perform as per the Vedic recommendation. One is Deva Yagna, which is sacrifice to the demigod. Pitru Yagna, which is sacrifices to the ancestors, and Bhuta Yagna, which is again sacrifices to all living beings, and Manushya Yagna or Atiti Yagna, which is like sacrifice to the fellow human beings, and Brahma Yagna or Rishi Yagna, this which is sacrifice to the sages, sages and or Brahmanas. So these are the five yagnas which is prescribed by Vedas to neutralize the karmic reactions. But I mean, for the details, you can always refer to Prabhupada purports explained in Bhagavad Gita uh, chapter uh, chapter 3 from verse 9 to 13. So you can refer to for those details. But what this Ignas does is to counteract the karmic reaction of our daily five daily killings we commit just for living. So, but in Kali Yuga, these rituals are extremely difficult to perform. So, um, even if we miss one yagna, we are bound to that karmic reaction. But actually, in Bhagavad Gita, I mean, we can clearly see. I mean, Krishna gives a very simple solution, that is to do everything for him. So every activity that we perform, we have to keep Krishna in the center. That's what Krishna, I mean, that's the lesson what Krishna has taught to Arjuna, right? Fighting appears to be a very sinful. Like Arjuna has to kill so many of his relatives. Arjuna uh, was thinking that he might be killing so many innocent people in the battlefield. But what Krishna says is just just do it, like just to do it for his for Krishna's satisfaction. So that way Arjuna doesn't have to be bound to that karmic sinful reaction. So when Krishna said to do this that activity for his own satisfaction, here that is the pure devotional service, right? um, so keeping Krishna in the center and performing all the activities is what is a pure devotional service. So I mean, the same is explained by Srila Rupa Goswami in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the like um, about the Yukta Vairagya, right? Which uh, one is not attached to sense objects, but accept them in proper proportion, connecting everything to Krishna, is what is Yukta Vairagya. So that way, we perform a pure devotional service. So, few months back, I was in a congregation hearing to one of our senior devotee uh, talking on performing pure devotional service and how we can overcome challenges in our day-to-day life. So there were a bunch of other devotees. They were posing the questions about the challenges, the growth challenges that they were experiencing, and how they were not able to allocate enough time for devotional service, whether it is a hearing or a reading or a quality chanting. Um, you know, like um, little like taking care of their bodily needs or taking care of family members activities, like helping spouse, parents, kids, engaging the kids in activities, work activities, um, or the workouts and a lot of things. Like the list goes on and on. There are so many activities we perform in our every day, right? So, and it was getting so much challenging to allocate a very decent amount of time to all the some of the spiritual activities. So this Prabhuji has quoted a very mind-boggling example. The analogy that he gave was he took uh, the workplace domain. So what exactly is so we all go to work, right? Yeah, and probably most of us start our work from 8 a.m. to till 5 p.m. So this in this workplace domain, we perform so many activities, right? We get to take mini breaks, lunch breaks, or use restroom, or go to go to colleagues, and so many activities apart from our regular work we perform in between 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. But when we log our hours, uh, we put 8 to 5 hours. And but we don't put 7 to 8 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. hours, considering 1 hour each home to work or work to home commutation, which is not considered as a billable hours, right? So what it means is any activities that are performed in this workspace domain, yeah, entering into workspace, and uh, before leaving workspace, whatever the activities we perform are considered as work hours, and even manager approves those hours, and all those hours are billable. But again, the activities that are performed outside of workplace are not considered as a billable hours, unless if the workplace demands certain activities that needs to be performed outside. So this was a very beautiful example he gave, and when what he said was the when we compare to our devotional service, when we wake up in the morning, we start our day, so that is a devotional service. But in the domain of devotional service, whatever we perform, all the activities that we perform, keeping Krishna in the center, right? And as we do it with a very sincere and perfectly, that whatever the activities, whether you take care of children, you take care of your bodily needs like workout, because you need to maintain this body to perform certain activities, right? And engage yourself in cooking service, cleaning service, deity worship, so many things. For that, you need to maintain your body properly, right? And to have a right conscious, you can you cook prasadam, whatever the activities from morning, as soon as you wake up till you go to the bed, any activity that you perform, just keep Krishna in the center, create that. That's a devotional domain. So you don't have to worry about whether you are doing only certain set of activities as a spiritual activities. Rather, you consider all the activities and offer it to Krishna. Saranagati, what in other words, like surrender to Krishna and do it for to satisfy him. Just ingrain that one thought in your mind that this activity what I'm performing is for Krishna. That's it. That that itself is a pure devotional. You have to create your that domain, pure devotional service domain, and um that way we can enjoy our day-to-day activities. Whatever we are doing, we can enjoy. Um, Thinking, considering it as a pure devotional service to Krishna. So, uh, so in the interest of time, I'll just try to conclude this one. Again, because we are very fortunate to be in ISKCON, because while the devotionals, the activities that we are performing, there is one other yajna what uh, S- Sri Chaitanya Prabhu has given to us. That is Sankirtan yajna, right? So that is the essence of all Vedas, performing that yajna which is prescribed for this Kali Yuga, Sankirtan yajna. Take the shelter of holy name. So that itself should deliver you. from the bondage of all kind of karmic reactions. So to conclude this, what we have read, some of the takeaway points, Lord Yajna appearance teaches us this particular central message of all Vedic literatures, right? Act only for satisfaction of Lord, Supreme Lord, perform all work as Yajna, chant the holy name, and take the shelter of pure devotional service. By doing so, we become free from karma bandha and return back to home, back to Godhead. So yeah, I'll just conclude here. It's already 8:01. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. And I'll open up for any discussion points. Hello. So if there is anything to discuss, we'll conclude for today, this morning. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा।